Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisesa Sunyavari Paskyacha Shatarane. So Prabhus, I'm making this video in response to 3 previous videos on the Guru Vaishnavi Diksha arguments. Let's see, Shivaram, Hridayananda Swamis, and I forget her name, also put out some videos recently, but this has been an ongoing discussion in ISKCON for, I think they said 25 years. So I'm going to flat out say that this idea of Vaishnavi Diksha is ridiculous. And I'm going to give some Prabhupada feedback on this. First of all, Srila Prabhupada said 99% of his disciples would get married. And so that immediately tells us the level of Krishna consciousness that we all possess. Even the first sannyasis in ISKCON came from the Grihastha ashram, and Prabhupada did it out of necessity because he wanted to push on the preaching. Actually, Prabhupada liked his Grihastha couples very much when they opened up the London Center. He was very impressed with this and was very happy. But he said, no, most of my disciples are going to be Grihasthas. And he said that the woman in the marriage situation, she will gain half the benefit of the husband. Why did Prabhupada say that? Because the woman's duty is to serve the family, the children, the home, the husband. That's her nature. She has a particular body for this purpose, right? And she does not have a body that is suited for tapasya. Tapasya is where we sacrifice the needs and the pleasures of the body in order to advance spiritually. So it is behooving or becumbent upon the man to do such thing. He is built for that purpose. The woman is not. Woman is a softer body. She has to take care of the body. From her body, children are born. She has softer body. She has a softer nature. It is not meant for tapasya. The kind that man can do, that is literally required to be Krishna conscious. The woman is more in touch with her emotions. Man is not. Man can divorce himself from the emotions and become more cerebral, which is required. In order to become more dharmic, he has to give up the demands of the body. Woman should not go hungry, should not sacrifice her body like that. It's not the same. The woman is meant for a different purpose. The woman's body is meant for a different purpose. So this idea of a Vaishnav guru, a woman guru, Vaishnavi, Diksha, giving Diksha is ridiculous. It makes me feel like ISKCON, if they even consider it, let alone do it, it's because they're not Krishna conscious. Maybe they're lacking from the highest, I don't know. But when I say the highest, I don't mean Srila Prabhupada, I mean the disciples, my God brothers. Because anyone who's Krishna conscious understands. This is not something that a woman is necessarily involved in on that same level as a man. A man can tolerate so much with his body and give up so much attachment. A woman cannot. She by nature is affectionate. She has this affectionate nature that a man does not have to possess. He can use his intelligence to divorce himself, even from family, even from wife, as he gets older, he can divorce himself. Woman cannot. She's much more attached. It's her nature. So why are we asking, or why are we even considering about women initiating? Why? Where is this coming from? Why is this becoming even this discussion? Is it because of women's liberation idea? Is it because women need to feel this idea of being equal to man? Where is it coming from? There may be some exceptions, maybe a woman or two, maybe some exceptions. And so you're saying, oh, based on those exceptions, we should make them Vaishnavi gurus? No, that's not the standard. Let's stick with what the standard is for our society and not change, and introduce new ideas like this. Generally speaking, a man is more suited for renunciation on a level that is required to be Krishna conscious, especially as a guru. So someone may say, I'm being prejudiced, I'm being biased, I'm male chauvinist. They have all these ideas. No. You can look through history, Vedic history. Women is always needing protection, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Always needing protection. Krishna doesn't say women can become a Diksha guru. He says women should be always protected by the husband, by the father, and then by the oldest son. The good progeny is what Krishna is concerned about. The women should be protected to give good progeny. That's the idea. So even if a woman is retired from household life, she should travel with her husband and go to on parikram and go to the different temples and preach. Yeah, she needs protection. The husband should be there. And if she doesn't have a husband by whatever reason or whatever chance, does not mean she becomes a guru. She still needs protection. So that's the general Vedic idea about a woman. And I don't know why someone thinks, oh, Krishna consciousness is so elevated that now we can make women into gurus. We supersede all of the Vedic traditions and ideas. We don't need that. We're Daivi Varnashram. This is low-class thinking, not high-class thinking. Low class. This is wrong. Women always need protection. And they don't have the proper type of mindset because their mind is more emotional. A woman can go outside and become enthusiastic. Oh, the smell of the air and the flowers and the bees and nature, and brings her all kinds of emotional happiness. A man doesn't do that. He doesn't feel the same type of upliftment that a woman does from the emotions. But emotions, the only emotions that Hare Krishna devotees are interested in are transcendental emotions. And that has nothing to do with the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the smell of the fresh air and the water. No, that has to do with transcendental realization, which comes from tapasya, from renouncing the emotional aspect, from only seeing Krishna in everything. Men do not require that type of revitalization in order for them to be happy, but a woman does. She needs to have a nice home, nice surroundings, nice situation. It requires it for her emotional well-being. And if you marry a woman, then they will give you nice home, nice surroundings, and so forth, and make you feel at home. This is the nature. Woman is Stri, expanding principle. But Krishna consciousness, to rise in our Krishna consciousness, we have to go against this expanding principle. But the woman is naturally inclined that way. So it has to be engaged properly in Krishna consciousness. Whereas a man, he can become a sannyasi. He can move from place to place to place. He doesn't even require a fixed location. In fact, the Shastra says he shouldn't even have one. This is not possible for a woman. They require nice situation because of their bodily type and their nature of their mind. So why is this even a discussion? It's silly. We don't need to prove gender equality in order for us to spread Krishna consciousness. Oh, just see, we have Vaishnavi gurus and Vaishnava gurus. What are we trying to prove something? This is not the way that we're going to spread Krishna consciousness, by telling the world that we are gender equal. That's liberalism. That is unnecessary. Unnecessary liberalization of our Vedic culture and Vedic philosophy. That has to be given up. We need to be traditional, and we need to follow the Sanatan Dharma. No excuses, no interpretation differently, no exaggeration. You just stick to the basics. Women are happier when they feel protected, living in a particular place. They do better. Why are we trying to bring them to this level of Vaishnavi guru when it is not really realistic? So that is really all I need to say on this subject. And I'm sticking to it. And there is really nothing that needs to be said otherwise. From my point of view, women can flourish in Krishna consciousness. They are absolutely incredible. I will tell you, women are incredible. There's no injustice toward women. Women are fantastic. But to then say that they can also be guru, why not? That is incorrect. Now you are misunderstanding our philosophy. You are not misunderstanding what the real purpose of Krishna consciousness is, which is to rise to Aham Brahmasmi, the spiritual Brahman level, and then from there develop feelings and association in a personal relationship with God, Krishna. That's what we're trying to do here. We're not just staying on the bodily level in some cultural experience. We really want to rise to pure devotion. So during Srila Prabhupada's manifest Leela here, he never ever encouraged women to become gurus. He never encouraged them to take sannyas. Never. He has selected certain men. You take sannyas, you go preach, you go lead. And then when he was departing from his manifest Leela, he chose certain sannyasis to initiate. We're not going to get into that debate about the initiation, but he chose certain men. He didn't choose even one woman. He didn't say Jamuna, Malati. No. So don't press the issue. Please don't go press the issue and find all these quotes and find Sikhi Mihiti or different Vaishnavi gurus in our traditional line. That's the exception to the rule, and I already addressed that. The reality is we should push on Krishna consciousness. We have good men who are leading. They are tapasvis. They are renounced. They can handle it. They can give up family and all social contact. They can do it. If anyone can do it, these men can do it. But a woman cannot. That is not their nature. So don't try to impose on a woman something that she is not. That would be the mistake. Thank you for listening. Hare Krishna.